The very first stove I had was a Metters Ace #2, and it was the grate was burnt out in it. And we went to Violet Town, which was about 14 mile away from where we lived. Went into the old hardware store there, and I said to the old chap, "Would you have a grate for a Metters Ace #2?" And he sort of looked at me and said, "Oh dear, I don't know. Go down the back there and have a look and see what you can find." And sure enough, we found 3 of them hanging up on a piece of wire. We brought it back, and I said to him, "Well, how much is this?" He said, "What's it say on it, love?" I said, "It says 2 and 6. Well, 2 and 6 it is. Now that was in 1970, and I don't think we'd had 2 and 6 for quite a number of years prior to that, but 2 and 6 it was, and that was all it cost me to get the stove going again. And that stove cooked extremely well too. It was harder to control because it didn't have all the bits to shut down that you do on these. The stove's a Thermalux. It was made in Albury, and it's about 18 months old. It had to be made specifically for this spot because the chimney goes up the left-hand side. It's what's called a mirror image of their standard stove. It has 4 controls on it. There's a damper that is used at night, that one there. It flips there's a damper inside it that flips down to allow it to stay warm overnight and burn much more slowly. That one is the flue up the chimney, and then there's an air inlet on the firebox and on the ashtray. The oven itself is a decent sized oven. Takes quite a decent sized meal, and there's a warming oven at the bottom. The warming oven does get quite hot at times. Excellent for doing things like cooking fruitcakes and a range of those sorts of things. That replaced a Rayburn #2, which was in the house when we bought it, and it had had its 61st birthday when it was removed. So it's actually inside it was stamped into it that it was made in 1947. So it had done extremely well, but the water jacket in it had died. The fire bricks had got to the stage where they were crumbling, and you can't get parts for them anymore. So that was why we decided to go with a new one.